13 3/8 down there. I gotta measure closer to the top. Well, that's that. The beam is up. That is a 13-foot long beam that's 6 inches by 10 inches tall, and that's where our big 12 by 12 door is gonna go. We gotta build a couple brackets to secure it, and we gotta be pretty careful around it right now because that wall is still pretty wobbly until we tie it into the rest of the building. And then we're moving on to the back wall. We've got a piece of rental equipment over there. It's gonna help us get some of our framing up. It's going to take the whole wall with it, which is not very good. Well, it's been about a year since we've operated one of these things. Controls are a little different and I'm a little rusty, but I think we got it figured out. Probably be slow going at first, but I'm sure it will speed up. Let's head up top. I think we're going to take a little snow off of the corner of the roof first.
Okay, ready when you are. That edge is nice, but it just needs the support of the, you know what I mean? It's super hard to get this corner because they're like really heavy in there. Oh, you want to start like on one end and then try to, is that what you're thinking of this big old? Yep. That's a 2 by 12? Hey, that's gonna take you to the top, hun.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's really cool.
Is this the world's, is this?
Do you want me to see if you're, yeah, you're in a good spot on that one. Is that snow in your way or no?
No, I'm just trying to see where it goes to. Where does it go to?
It goes right to where the clamp is.
Okay.
So we could definitely start with one and then move the clamp. Why don't you get 2 of these in and then we'll move the clamp? Look. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, she's tight.
Oh yeah, that drill bit's so nice.
Yeah, it is. I could do it, so that says something. They line up 100% perfect. I'm just gonna do it loose, okay, and you can tighten them all. They actually all line up really nice.
Now if I take this clamp out,
we should be fine.
You'll be able to just stick them in.
Yeah, I agree. We're making progress up here on this top section. It probably looks really tricky, and that's because it is. It's not very easy at all. And Eric's having a little bit of a, we can't really get the man lift over to the one side of the corner, so that was really hard. But we're really close to having it done, which is really cool. And then we can, this is basically that little piece that connects the metal, which is then now going to connect our end wall to that metal. So we'll attach our true 2x4 to this piece again. So quite a bit more work tonight. We'll see how far we can get.
You got it decently tight?
Yes, I do. I think it's done.
All right, now I'll get to the back one. Well, we didn't get as much done as we wanted to yesterday. The machine was running slow. We were moving slow. So it was pretty cold out here. We were having to go inside and warm up. We're back out again today. It's a little bit warmer. It's probably a little under 10 degrees right now. I'm gonna head up there and we're gonna show you guys what we got accomplished yesterday. So basically what we were trying to accomplish was getting a way to fasten our wooden wall into the metal structure, and we've already done it kind of lower down where we could reach, but this top section was a little bit harder to do because it was so high up here, but we've got it done. We have a store-bought 2x4 on the back that's bolted in the building, and then we have our milled 2x4s sitting flush right here. The next part is gonna be pretty tricky. I think it's gonna take a lot of time. We're gonna have to start in the center, and we're gonna put 2 studs up, and then we're gonna work off of those, and we're gonna try to get every stud 16 inches on center and then get it absolutely level while pushing up this building just a tiny bit because it's sagging a tiny bit. On the edge, we have our work cut out for us today.
Got the back wall framed in. Today was a little more challenging. Yesterday was pretty hard, not gonna lie. When we first started this project, things were going pretty swell and we had some challenges in between, I guess, right? It's getting a little better now.
Yeah, we've had a lot of challenges ever since we picked up this towable boom lift is the correct word for it. We'll show you what happened to the trailer. We'll show you that tomorrow, but the wall is up, like Arielle said. It was really hard, this part, because every single one of those studs had to be measured, cut at an angle, and then cut flat on the other end, brought up there, leveled. It took a long time.
Yeah, it was like 20, 30, and then 40 degrees or something like that.
Yeah, it was most of the angles were 20 degrees, yeah, and then we did 30 degree, 45 degree angle, and I believe we have like 20 something of them, a lot of them.
We're running out of 2x6s. We've cut a lot of extra wood, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think we've had like close to 100 2x6s altogether for this project. We will have to cut a few more. Securing the sill plate to the bottom with the Tapcon screws, the concrete screws, and then actually getting it up into the top of the building has left us with
it's really strong.
A very strong wall.
Yeah, more stronger than I even expected, so that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
And as we do the sheeting and all that other stuff, the siding in the future, it'll just get stronger, I'm pretty sure. Although it seems really nice right now,
We're
right?
good to go now, yeah.
Eric's got the compressor fired up and we're gonna try and get some of that sheeting done because, sheathing, I think.
Something like that. We didn't put a center stud right in the center, and that's because we're gonna put some sort of vent up high, maybe like an exhaust fan, maybe just, we don't know. But we know that we're gonna put something, so we left a little bit of room there so we can put something in.
And in the meantime, it's warmed up, so we're gonna get our siding nailer out. It does work a lot better in the cooler temperature, so we should have no problem. We'll see how far we get tonight. I'm thinking halfway.
I gotta go get it. Do you want to, what I wanna start with is I wanna start with this old green OSB, because it doesn't match.
That's fine.
So we'll start with those. Shove it in there. you line it up with yours.
Oh yeah, it worked. Lifted it real nicely, huh?
Yeah. Hand me the hammer. This went up fast. We were making up for lost time, but it went up fast because we're on the ground. The next level, which is going to be another 8 feet, is going to be up on the little man lift. Maybe a ladder? I don't really know. Let's get it done. Okay, this will be...
This goes on that side.
This goes... Hurry! Arielle!
I got it, you're good. You're good.
Tweaked my back.
You're good.
No, I can't work.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I got it.
I just didn't get that last open one.
Ah. It's never a good sign when you look in the mirror of your truck and you see your trailer tire flying down the road. So what happened the other day when we went and picked up the man lift is we were using the deck over to haul the man lift because we also needed to haul a bunch of OSB. So we had the man lift on here, our OSB. I looked in my mirror, our trailer tire was flying down the road. All of our studs, which is where your lug nuts connect to, they snapped off. We also pretty much destroyed our wheel. So you can see this one right here is normal, how they're supposed to look. All of these other ones are oblonged. You can see the kind of rainbow color on there. That means they got really hot. So I believe what happened is there was a loose lug nut, or one or two on this one, worked itself loose. The tire snapped off. Luckily, we were able to get everything home, and we are going to need this trailer to haul the man lift back there because we have more supplies to pick up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take this hub off, pound out the old studs. I'm having kind of a hard time figuring out exactly what size they are, so hopefully I can figure out what size they are and we can put some new ones in. We do have plans to work on the Quonset Hut today. I'm going to try to get this done as fast as we can so we can get back out there.
Good morning. We are making some breakfast. It is warmed up to about 15 degrees outside. This whole project has been like a roller coaster with highs and lows. We got quite a bit done yesterday. Pretty excited about that. We're gonna head out there in a little bit. We are having some, I think it's caribou actually, I'm not sure. It's either moose or caribou with some flatbread, and then we're gonna have some eggs on top for breakfast and coffee, of course. This is the job site today. We're working in the sunshine, and the boom lift definitely appreciates that. It is amazingly slow when it is cold out. So it was much faster yesterday. We finished up the back wall. We got the house wrap up, and that was really easy, pretty straightforward, didn't have any problems. Eric is using our side-by-side to maneuver the man lift or the boom lift around. So over on this side, it's set up in the center, makes it a lot easier to access both sides of the Quonset hut. We got the most difficult part, we think, the framing, where we attach like the wood to the steel building up top, done yesterday. And we just have to repeat the process today, where we kind of frame up, and eventually we'll have to get the OSB and the house wrap and stuff on this side as well.
This is Arielle's job site today. Foreman Arielle. Now that we're on a roll, we're going to show you how we measure out and cut and fasten one of these studs. The first three were just flat cuts because the top plate was flat. These next ones, this piece of 2x4 coming up all the way down the bottom is about a 20-degree angle. We figured that out on the other side, and if you look on our beam, we have these marks right here. So you got one here, one there, and those go all the way across the beam, and they're exactly 16 inches apart. So they're 16 inches on center. Arielle already fastened this one in. You can see her line is exactly on the center of the stud. So what we've been doing is we use this tape measure kind of as a plumb bob. So I'm gonna hook it up here where I think the next one's gonna go. And I'm gonna line it right about there. See how it's falling straight over my line for my 16 inch on center? And I'm gonna loosen it. We'll go to the outside, 32 3/4. So 32 3/4, we're gonna go down and cut it, and we'll see if it fits. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, we're going down, 32 3/4. I'll remember that. Wrong one. 34, okay. This is awesome. So this whole top section, we've actually been using scrap pieces. So what we're gonna do is, we gotta make sure we have a flat edge. I don't know if you can tell, but that side right there is not flat. So that was cut with our chainsaw. This side, on the other hand, that is flat, since we've already used this piece of wood. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure up, what was it? 32 3/4. Okay, that's our angle, and I always try to cut them a little bit bigger than you would think you would need, because we can always cut more off, and we're running low on 2x6s. So let's bring it up there and see if she fits. Yeah, we got plenty of room on that one. Yeah, let's pound this one into place.
That should be sufficient, right?
That's good enough for me right there. And another stud down, and we only have 4 in here. This wall and this big beam is so much sturdier now than when we didn't have anything. And what we're making sure to do is lining up all this as flush as we can all over, because we're gonna lay our OSB on here, and the 16 inch on center works really well with your OSB. So the measurements of that, they kind of line up with these, and when we're using the siding nailer and nailing it up, it's super easy to hit the studs. Let's keep going here. Almost done with this top section.
I think we're gonna get suntans today, huh?
Hey, what we can do now is I can go down and I can start. Can you put these in by yourself, or do you want to cut them for me?
Eric's headed over to the sawmill. He's got to cut just a few more pieces. We're shy probably about 2. Believe it or not, we used all the lumber that we cut on 2 or 3 different occasions. I'll show you, we're just like completely out of it. So that was a pile right there, and it's demolished. It's pretty funny. We have a pretty nice little area to drive around, but for the last week and a half, we have had nowhere to pull our stuff. We're like conveniently just have like stuff in the way, Eric had to go around that. Over there by the house too, we have, the whole idea is to have this like wraparound driveway and you can kind of like conveniently get around places with trailers, but it's yet to be convenient right now. This is other pile right behind me too. That one is gone as well. Just a few little 2x4s left. So we're definitely gonna need to cut some more wood in general for this project, because we do want to build something, a little structure off the back of the Quonset hut. All in all, it's going pretty good and the wall is very beefy.
Turned out to be a nice day, and not just any nice day. Today is the first day in a very long time since like the fall that we have felt above freezing. It is currently 33 degrees and there's water dripping off the Quonset hut. There's snow melting. This is awesome. So we got the full front end completely framed. Let's give it the shake test. Very sturdy, and what we're doing now is we're gonna try to tackle our big door. We've never installed a door, but that's never stopped us with anything before, so we're gonna get this ice or snow chipped out, make sure we can fit it in there. I don't know, I guess take a look at the parts we have, see if we can get part of this thing up today. Well, let's try not to sit in the snow.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's get
20 pounds, I don't know.
20 pounds?
What is 120 pounds?
60? All right.
No holes in it?
Should be holes in this, unless you're supposed to just drill your own holes.
Maybe you drill your own, like based upon where how your building is.
We need to put that clevis on. We'll put that on over there.
Clevis?
That's a clevis. It's gonna start there. It's gonna go to here. And that's gonna be our spacer. Is this thing for real? Fill you in on what's going on. So a lot of doing stuff. It was wrong, redoing it, remeasuring. Man, we haven't got too much done, but we're at a really good point now. We have the first door panel down, and then we have what is called the verticals semi up. I put 3 lag screws in it. I think we'll have a total of 5 when we're completely done, but we wanted to just put 3 to make sure as we started going up with these doors, everything was straight. And that's how you kind of build these when they bring them out to install them for you, or you go pick them up and you want to do it yourself. They come in these little sections, just like this one right here. Each one is going to be connected to the next one with a series of hinges. Basically what we're going to do now is get the hinges ready, and we'll take the next door panel with the wheel and we'll just slide it into place. That way everything will be kind of like perfectly aligned, I hope. So let's get the next section of door ready and see if we can get it slid into place.
Because the notches fit like that, yeah.
What an awesome looking door. We've been out here for about an hour and a half this morning. It's pretty cold, but we got it in. Don't follow our instructions on how to put a door in. Let me go inside and I'll show you what we're talking about. So we don't know a lot about garage doors. We definitely don't know a lot about big shop doors like this. And the way the door is supposed to work is as soon as it like reaches the bottom, it wants to be snug against like your framing or, you know, our wall here. And then as soon as you start to lift it up, the track kind of kicks back and it pulls it away from the wall just barely. So when the garage door is going like up and down, it's not rubbing on the front. And yesterday, pretty much immediately, we started being like, okay, things just aren't working. Things aren't adding up. This just is not going our way. So through some more research, I thought I had the vertical rails up, but I didn't. I had the horizontals. So the ones that run across the ceiling, for some reason, I just grabbed those and I thought those were the verticals and I bolted them on the wall. We stuck it in, we started building our door. It just didn't work. So we realized it last night and we came up with a new game plan. It was actually pretty easy to fix. We left all 3 panels up. We just took it off. We took our 2x4 spacer off because we didn't need it and we slapped these new ones on. These ones are really cool because we kind of just have them lightly in there right now and there's a bunch of spots where you can put your lag screws, maybe like 10 different spots, and they have like a channel so they're adjustable. As we start putting this door up, we can kind of move these in and out and get our wheels and our door aligned perfectly. So we've got all of our panels in now and we're on a roll. And now we get to start working with the horizontal rails and we got to figure out how we're going to connect them up into the Quonset hut. Okay, let's finish this bottom off and then we're gonna have to add some sort of little 2x6 right there. We're gonna have to sandwich it so we can screw that one in. I hope that's not too snug. It doesn't look too snug.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. Do you want it too snug? Is there? I can understand why professionals install it.
Yeah.
Concrete? No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, we got that. Obviously, anyone can do it.
It feels really tight.
So the hard part is it sticks out like super far. I gotta bolt it to that. Look at where it's on the bolt on.
Why not? You haven't given me.
Yeah. In 1 second, we're gonna test this real quick.
It's fine. I'm ready to let it go.
What? Let it go very easy and see if it'll rest by itself.
Or it's supporting something. It's fine.
Here, or diagonal here, maybe. So it doesn't wiggle. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure the way they do it, hon, is more like a V, not straight down. Eric, you're hitting something.
I don't.
Go up. Eric, you need to go up still. Go straight up.
And I got here, we've got plenty of adjustment, right? We go this way, we go this way.
I'm pretty sure you may need to go a hair back towards you.
Like right here. Look at that. That's completely solid. This is 150 and 3/8.
That's bigger? So I had to go 150 and 3/8?
The framing is up. So we got the verticals up and we're at the same measurement as the rails where they're at the door, or like the frame for the door. It was 150 and 3/4, and then out at the edge or the end of our horizontals, we're at that exact measurement. And we got to use this pretty cool metal. I don't know what this stuff's called. It's like galvanized angle iron almost with a bunch of holes in it. So you can really make some tiny adjustments over there, which works pretty good. We do need to put the top hinges on the door. Those sit kind of in the curve, so we'll get those up there. And then we're moving on to the torsion springs. I don't know all the part lingo for this whole project, but the way it's gonna go together is how I have it laid out here. So our kit came with this center plate that you're gonna bolt both these springs together in the center. And it came with the plastic bearing, but I believe we're gonna be using this bearing that the company supplied, and this is like a metal ball bearing. And I did some research. These are supposed to be like the way to go. They last a lot longer. So you just need one bearing in the center for both of those springs. And then we'll have a little wheel on each side. And we have a cable hooked to the bottom of the door, a metal cable. And that's gonna run up the side of the door all the way to the top. And it's gonna wrap around this. And we're gonna put tension on these springs. So when you go to kind of like lift the door, they're almost like an assist. So when you lift it up, these springs will kind of have pressure on them, and that's what opens and will close your door. So we're gonna get it semi-assembled here on the ground. You do have to put these springs a certain way. There's like left-hand side and right-hand side. We're gonna make sure we get it right, and then we're heading up there, and we're gonna see if we can bolt it to the header. Put this on.
That's where you next to the is what you're saying?
Yeah, so that's gonna bolt to the header, or above it. Above this, I believe, these bolts are red, and this is where you're gonna bolt the center plate into the header. And they're red to basically tell you, don't loosen these until you've loosened your springs, because these springs, we're gonna wind them like 12.5 times. So a bunch, there's gonna be a bunch of tension in there. And if you undo these bolts, that little plate in there is gonna go like shoo, and go swinging on you. I think we could bolt these springs together down here. I'm trying to do as much down here as I can. So let's put these together. Like that. Here's our bolts. This thing's pretty heavy, actually. It's gonna be fun getting it up there.
Okay, I'm over my head.
Okay, get yours in. I'm holding my side.
She's in, but she doesn't want to get. There we go. We're solid.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Everyone's alive.
So you do it a quarter turn at a time. So 12 times 4 is 48, plus 6 is 54. So we're gonna do this 54 times. You ready to count? Can you go
up higher?
Let me go a hair higher.
Watch the wall.
Okay, ready to start counting?
Yep.
1. So that's not even gonna count as 1. You start right here with tension. So that's 1. 2.
Okay, only 4 more turns?
Yeah. 51. 52.
Oh gosh.
3. Oh my, that's brutal.
Is there like a gauge that it should be?
54. It's just really hard to do when you have to do that many turns. We've got the spring, or the torsion spring, torsioned. So we're gonna do kind of the same thing we did on our little wheels over there. We're gonna take these red little bolts here, and we're gonna get them down till they're hitting this rod. And then you're supposed to crank them down like another full turn to kind of seat them in there. And then when we take our torsion bar off here, this spring is gonna wanna go back to how it was. So that's gonna be pulling the door up, is the theory. So let's get these tightened in, and then we'll have to move to the other side too. That was pretty painful. Okay, so they're tight, so I'm gonna go 1 full turn. That's a half, that's a full turn. 1, 2, 34, 34.
35. 35.
Just kidding.
You look like you're
50.
trying to go off of a flight. 4 more? You only have 4 more?
Oh.
Good job. You got this.
51. 52. Tighten these 1 full turn, plus a little extra to be safe.
tight.
We've got our rope opener attached, and that's the method of opening this door that we went with. You can go with a chain hoist, a rope, or you can do the electric opener. We're gonna see how this works. Hopefully it works out good for us. If we wanna upgrade to the electric opener, we can put one of those in. And then we've also got the little latch I put on. So that's how you just, I guess, you come in and you can secure the door. It looks like you can put a lock on there if you want to. It is the moment of truth. This is a big door, and it is a big part of this shop. We're going to slowly open it up. We're gonna make sure it doesn't like fall off the rails and fall down, and we're gonna make sure that our springs are how they should be. We don't want it to shoot up and like go out of our hands, and we also don't want it to not have enough tension. So let's give it a go.
I thought you wanted to see if it stayed put at the half.
It does stay put, but we want it to go, right?
It seems the hair loose, huh?
Yeah. So that's not too bad. I don't know, it's not the easiest door to open and close. Opening's pretty easy, but come inside here, I'll show you closing it real quick. So you got this rope here that's tied to the bottom wheel and then it's hooked on the side. Let's see how easy it is to close. You kind of want to use momentum. Go like that, and you lock it. So I guess that's not too bad if you're only doing it maybe like a few times a week or something like that. But like I said, the electric opener is an option, and we did end up taking the rail on this side and we moved it in 1 notch, so about 1 inch. As the door went up, we noticed that this horizontal rail was a little too far out, so it was kind of pulling the wheel out a little bit, and I believe you want the wheels to be about 1/2 inch out from the door. So we're there now. It's opening and closing flawlessly. And then the coils or the torsion springs, when we first did it, it was like a rocket. It just wanted to shoot the door up. We were kind of like holding it down. So I let off 7 turns. We tried it again and it wasn't pulling it enough. So then I tightened it 4 turns. That's where we're at now. So that's 50 quarter turns. That seems to work pretty good for us. The door itself, I believe it's called a thermocore, and it is an insulated door. It's metal on the outside with insulation on the inside. I think it's polyurethane, and we wanted to get a few windows in here, so we did windows at kind of eye height. We've got 3 of them. I'm sitting up like 4 inches higher right now because we have snow on the ground, but that's about how I'll sit, and you can kind of look out. We can get a little bit of light in here. All in all, this was not an easy project. There is a lot of stuff you have to know when you're installing one of these doors. I think it took us like 2 days to put in. We're a lot better now. We could probably get something like this done in 1 day if we really hustled. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is turning out. We're super excited to get all this building done in these cold spring months. And we've got 1 more day that we're gonna use the rental tomorrow. We're gonna try to finish up the front. And then you just use kind of momentum. I mean, that's not bad for a couple of beginners. It's a huge door. And then let's close it down. Like this. You put them flat like that, and right against the door. Yeah, they go like that. See how this is flat? They go like that.
Oh wow.
And it comes with all the screws to screw it in. But we'll put these on after we stain the wood and everything.
It looks really good, huh?
Looks really good. Look how the door's sitting.
I know.
Like flush.
That's called the jam.
The jam. Man, that turned out good.
For some reason, it doesn't look like a square. It's a real eye trick. Looks like a rectangle.
It does look like a rectangle. It's funny.
Well, it started out as a snowy day has now turned into pretty decent weather. This part of the project is easier for us because we've done it before. 2 years ago, we resided our old cabin and we just have experience in it. It's not that hard. So the sheathing is done and we went with the cheaper roll of like house wrap. And the reason being is we're going to be doing spray foam. Not us. We're going to have spray foam done and we're going with the closed cell option. So my understanding is that no moisture will move in and out of that. Therefore, we don't really have to worry that much about the house wrap. And we got this like cheaper Everbuilt brand. We're going to throw this up, tape it up, and then I think we're done for now, which is pretty cool. I'm not even putting, no, I was up by about like half an inch and physically couldn't get the tape down that hard.
Bottom layer of house wrap is on and we've got our doors taken care of for now. So we cut them up the center and the top and we folded them in, and this is how they're gonna sit for a while until it warms up and we can put our doors in. Next, we're going up. This is the final step of this phase. House wrap across the top.
We figured this called for a celebration, so we made some pizza. We've got caribou on there, a whole bunch of other ingredients. It was probably, it wasn't a year ago, it was last summer. We had a pizza out here with the boys after Eric had cleared the pad. Kind of cool, we're standing in a very similar area to when we had that pizza.
Almost the same spot, and we have just come so far with this thing. I think we're just really happy that we're able to get out here this early in the season. Yes, it's a good time to be out like exploring Alaska, ice fishing, snow machine riding with this warm weather, but it's also just such a good time for us to kind of get ahead and get some building done.
Yeah, get a jump start. There's still a lot to do, from siding and the heating and insulation, all of that. It's probably like a really iconic time for Alaskans to get out and do stuff, but we're just using it to our advantage and building while we can, right?
Right, and like Arielle said, a lot more that needs to be done, but to have the walls up, it feels like a shop. It's super dark in here now. We'll change that pretty soon. And the plans for this shop, it's gonna be a workshop year round. So we're gonna do spray foam insulation. We are gonna have our generator in here, solar.
And two ways to heat the building.
Yes, our big stove. We got our boiler. We have our in-floor heat. We have to run all the electrical for lights and stuff in here.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna be renting some more equipment this summer, but super excited to be this far at this point since we didn't get it done last year, right?
Yep, and that's gonna do it. We are going to see if we can get the boom lift, which was awesome. I don't know if we could have done it without it. Slow, but very awesome. We're gonna see if we can get that loaded up onto the trailer. Our tractor can't lift it up, it's too heavy. But for now,
we're eating pizza.
We're enjoying pizza.
It's still steaming.
That's all right, I'm going for this. Here, you can have that one.
It's still steaming. I think it's too hot. Oh no, it's not too hot. It's really good.
Yeah, so far this door is my favorite part of the shop.
I agree.
It's so cool up there. Man, it was good.
I think it's my favorite part. Yeah, like, it is my favorite part. It was the hardest part. It's the most challenging. But I like that the end walls are done because it makes, well, they're not done, but it makes it feel more like it's actually a building now. Whereas before it was like an open building.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, stop. Okay, hold on. Woo! Going. Gotta go forward a little more, is that good?
You're right straight in the center of your axle. Is that what you want to be in the center of the two wheels?
With those? those tires I am?
You're in the center of the two wheels, exactly.
Okay, probably good. You want to let out?
I guess the skid steer would have been easier.
Yeah, you probably would have just lifted it.
She's, you know, for not being that heavy, she's real stubborn.
She's heavy. She's over 3,000 pounds. Yeah.